background music, that's just coming out of my speakers from the actual match. I'm not playing it over the video. Yes. Out. Versus Pilgrim. As always, manner off turn 1. Yeah, there might be a bit of noise from the background through the microphone of the recording, you know what I mean? But hopefully I can remove that using the software afterwards. Manner off? Yeah. It's a 7th Ed Lana Rolls foil. Pimpin'. So I can see a coarse crucifix in my hand. Oh, yep. Clamp.
Yep.
I'm eating it right now. That would indicate that I need lands. And I draw them. 2 fetch lands. Good skills. Man, if Isaac had had like a snuff out or a misstep there, for either the clamp or the elf, it would have been bad times. I mean, he couldn't have had snuff out with Savannah in play, but if he had the swamp. And I got no 1-drop, unfortunately, so... But still, solid start. Isaac's playing, looks like KMC matte sleeves, not hyper matte but matte. I recognise those, I've used them before. They had all the pits in the back of the sleeve, like the whole print run of those sleeves. So Kraken Misty Rainforest. Apparently it's the highest played card in all of Highlander, Misty Rainforest. It's interesting with fetch lands in Highlander, like, it kind of lets you ignore the colour pie. Stephen Campbell's had this conversation with me a few times. You can just play 4 colours, 5 colours, 3 colours, doesn't matter. You only play 3 colours if you want to skimp on lands and play like 20 lands. Or if you want to play man lands. Otherwise you can go 4 and 5 colour easily. So you don't really play colours, you more play cards. Or strategies, I should say. End of turn, cracking my fetch. So that means that I don't want to draw more lands. I've only got 1 fetch in my hand.
Things that tap a green only.
I don't normally have the audio from the players, so this is going to be weird. I don't want to like talk over them, you know what I mean? But I don't know whether we're going to talk in the match, so yeah. Okay, 2 shock lands versus 1 shock land.
Yeah.
Out. Black, it's going to be probably a green land here, or double white. I haven't got double white, so I'm guessing scrub land. Yeah. I think I got that from Michael Leslie. He was going to India one time and he was desperately trying to get rid of all his jewels, and back then they were like $40 and I bought it for $30. Pumping the fist. I got a mental misstep in hand. So juicy. I love misstep. I mean, everyone complains about how proliferant, no, how it's in most decks. It's basically only in decks that care about creatures, whether it's be protecting them or killing them. But lots of combat decks don't play misstep. Heaps of them. Like, they're all bad. Oh, except for Storm. Storm doesn't play misstep. Escape Shift doesn't. Balance doesn't. Hermit Druid does. As does Time Vault. So I'm tanking here. I can play a Corsair, but I won't be able to get the extra land if I play it off the top. Yeah, sideboard card. Also Pontiff. Don't see that in Highlander very often. Essentially a Stone Rain here with the potential to clamp it next turn, so pretty good. And if Isaac has a clamp of his own, he won't be able to get value off the Stringer Geist dying. And if he has a pod, well, if he hasn't got 4 mana to play pod and sack, but it means that he won't be able to get a second activation out of the Geist. slow paced here. Very deliberate play by the two of us. Can Isaac play a black-white land to match the colour spread that we both have? So, Lindsay Hemmings card store getting some free advertising here. He should totally give out mats for free. And you never know, might just end up on a video and get some free publicity. We like to mix it up. Last week I had Games Lab representing. I'll have to get like a Good Games one and an LG one. I don't think I've actually seen an LG mat or a Good Games mat, but I'd love to feature those. It doesn't bother me or Marco or George if we support the other stores with Sneak and Show. So I just get a Pride Mage with his Green Suns. Let's get some Exalted in there.
Play the land? Yeah.
So I have to decide if I want to prevent 4 damage or have a guided clamp. Seems pretty fucking obvious. It's the same scenario as last game. Just get the extra clamp in there. I'm pretty sure I make that decision. Isaac's laugh. Well, what are we gonna do? I take it. Wise. So, unless I've got a 4-drop, I should eat that Pontiff now. Get more information before I make my play. It really hurts me when people play their dude, then they preordain. I mean, only reason you do that is if you're playing around some counterspell, but often they're not. You just want to get as much information as you can before you make any decisions. So, for example, Thoughtseize or Duress them first, draw cards first, etc.
I never played with Pontiff before. Blow my mind.
I never played Birthing Pod in Modern, not even in testing. So, Pontiff and Haunt in general are foreign to me. I mean, I did play original Ravnica Limited. Drafted a lot back when Card Heaven was a store on Chapel Street. They were good times, and I remember, if you guys know David Zhao, old school plays turned poker pro, but he was like the Everest of the card store. You know what I mean? Each card store generally had like a huge player that always beat you, and I remember the first time I beat him, I had quad. It was a bat, 4-cost bat. And it drained for 2 when it came. It was a high right way rubber with flying and haunt. Nice, Isaac.
Like with Robo there's a button, button, sweet.
Okay, what have I drawn?
Watching us play there, this duck had its bill over the edge of the boat, and then watching had the bread in her hand.
Isaac's telling some Isaac story.
Grabbed it out of her hand. It scared the shit out of her.
Something about a duck. Awesome. So I drew a fetch land and Titania.
Yeah, I'm like, I probably wouldn't damage you, but then scare the shit out of you. What am I on? You're on 8. Yes.
Yes. Okay, 3 mana. Kitchen Finks would be nice. I don't play a lot of the 3-cost value guys because I wanted to improve my deck's resilience against Anger of the Gods, which wrecked me at Nationals. Alright, so Putrefied, he's side Prime Mage before he untapped. I mean, he had a Pride Mage and I had a Clamp, which meant that Prime Mage was going to die, real fast. And so I should have haunted the Strangleroot Geist. There was a poor decision there, and it might have come back to haunt me. Pun not intended. So Isaac's getting his land tapped, not paying 2 life. That's interesting. I wonder why he did that. suppose. Kitchen Finks. Yeah, I guess he had nothing to play around, so. Alright. Isaac's got a bit of power on the board there. 6 power to my 0. If he has a few more removal spells, he could just kill me. I'm on 5. This is another example of Clamp getting out tempoed. So Vance, who has strong opposition to my calls for Clamp getting more points. Actually, I'll edit that out. It's not appropriate. Okay, got the Shrine off the top. I haven't played a land this turn, so either want to play it untapped or tapped. I think I've got a Stand Nature's Claim in my hand, which I'll want to hold up in case he has equipment. Okay, so I choose not to clamp the Corsair because he's got 2 3/2s and I'm on 6.
But keep wide open instead.
Yeah, I'd rather not have my guy die here. Card advantage is not an issue. Living is the issue. Stirring Wobbled on top, which I'll draw. So if Corsair lives, I should be in good shape. Which is always the case with that card. If it stays in play, you just win. Unless they're comboing or something. Eat the Stringer of Geist is the obvious option here. So that, mathematically next turn, if I block the Stringer of Geist, he only attacks for 3, but if I block the Kitchen Finks, he can attack for 5. And so he's got a Zealous Persecution, so Corsair dies anyway, and I take an extra damage from the unblocked Sphinx. So I need to come up with some more blockers next turn. And I hope he doesn't drop any more power on his board. In his second main phase.
So as it turns out, my guys die, and your guys die. And you take 4 current. That's the
Right now I'm deciding to whether I want a Nature's Claim by Corsair of Crucifix.
You had Pontiff and I had Zealous Persecution. Yeah. I mentioned it now at big hands. And we're both sitting there going, just fucking play those.
Yeah. No, I clamped mine.
Oh, I was like, damn it.
This sucks, but...
Yeah, Nature's Claim the Corsair to stay alive.
Alright, so you stay at 6.
I've got so many cards in hand that
yeah.
I just want to stay alive. This is great having the players talk. I can just not commentate as much. Maybe do it more often, take the time to de-sleeve my pre-release deck. I end up going 3-1, 3-1. Okay, in the pre-release, I suppose. 2 flights. Alright, so Titania right here would be pretty decent drop.
Dicks.
Answers both these guys, unless he's got removal.
I'm really interested to see you decided after this actually.
Yes, I'll suck about the dicks.
There she is.
Titania.
Titania! Okay, so this is where Titania's at her worst, when they have the removal spell in response to the trigger. You still got a land. But yeah, 5 mana, not the best. But a lot of the time you can play around them holding up removal. I'm just play a chump blocker, which you can kill, and I die. Alright, so it's game 2, Isaac's 2-0 up. I have to win 3 straight to take it out, it's best of 5.
Just like tempo just got away.
Could happen, could happen.